what's your excitement like to play a team you want a little revenge for these guys?
I mean, it's going to be, extremely exciting. Never played against a number one team in the country before, so I'm sure the Oakland Zoo was pumped up for it.
What about you, the players? You guys ready to get back at the team you pretty much had on the ropes at their place?
I mean, they played a good game. They were a better team that day. We give them a lot of credit, and we're definitely, excited to play them again.
What's changed for you guys since you played them last, and what do you need to make sure that you do better than you did in that game against them there?
We're just like any other team. We're still trying to grow every day and prepare ourselves for the next step. Next game. Just taking one game at a time.
Cam, you guys are 9-0 against the top 10 at Peterson Event Center. But you're
five.
something like
Top
five
teams.
Top five?
Ranked teams, 9-0.
9-0 against the
All
top 5 all time at Peterson Event Center. But 17-9 against the top 25. You've actually done better against the top 5 team. How do you explain that? Like, is it more that teams get pumped up to play number one, or do you think that it's just that those teams have been better? I mean, how do you look at it, Mike?
I give credit to the coaching staff. They've been here that long to experience, these great, I don't even know what to call them, experiences. They've been here for that, so I'm just giving my coaching staff credit, a lot of credit for that. They do a great job preparing their players.
But how about as far as you guys knowing that number one is coming in? They're one of only 2 undefeated teams in the country. And it's kind of like if you can't get up for this game, what game can you get up?
If you can't get excited and pumped up to play the number one team in the country, then I mean, there's no point in even be playing basketball. Honestly, if you ask me.
Can you get too excited?
Too excited?
Yeah, a lot of people here that too hyped up. They blow layups and free throws and so forth.
Well, I mean,
I don't mean you personally.
Trying to come at me. But no, I mean, I wouldn't say too pumped up, but I mean, of course you get excited, but once the ball goes in the air, I was always told by my father to just go to sleep. A normal game when the ball goes in the air.
How'd Lamar look today?
He's confident. We're still confident in Lamar. He's looking great to me, so he'll be fine.
After seeing him, though, in the last game, it seemed like he could barely touch the ball. Were you worried at all going into this game with it being such a good game?
Never worried. I wasn't even worried last game. I knew he would, come up big for us, which he did with the big field goal and knocking down a couple free throws. So, I mean, we know we can always depend on Lamar.
Cam, you guys are a little bit of a, for lack of a better word, slump offensively. 3 games in a row, you haven't scored 50 in regulation. What's going on with the offense, and do you think playing a team like Syracuse might be sort of what you need to snap out of whatever the funk is?
Well, I mean, every team hits their wall, during the season. I guess we kind of hit ours for a moment, but that's what practice is for. That's what each game, is for, and that's what, days off are for, to, prepare ourselves and get better each and every day. So I'm sure, taking it one day at a time for every practice, we'll, be prepared for Wednesday.
Are there some things you guys have been able to put your fingers on, though, that may be holding you guys back a little bit, that are easily corrected?
Not necessarily. I mean, just doing the little things, executing our offense. Just going over the little things that we might take for granted sometimes. Rebounding, is one thing we normally don't lose on the glass. And those are all things that are easily correctable. We just got to go out there and do it.
Well, the last time you played this team, their point guard had some penetration late, made a couple of plays to sort of win the game. If you looked at those on tape, you kind of have a feel for what he's going to try and do, and maybe better equipped this time to stop that stuff?
Well, yeah, I've been breaking down film myself, and with, the team, now we're doing our scouting reports or whatnot. And, I mean, Tyler Ennis is a great player. He's, the leader of that team. So, I mean, he's been playing, really well lately. So, we know he's the key to their success.
Has there been a breakdown on switches in some of those games, though, like that one in the Virginia game where you get caught in a switch, you guys trying to switch and do the help defense instead of fighting through it?
I wouldn't call it necessarily a breakdown, but I mean, things happen, I know certain days we just weren't, meant to be to win that game.
Cam, you guys obviously didn't play your best the last 2 games, but you won. Does that say at least something about the toughness you guys have mentally to fight through stuff and find ways to win even when you're not playing as good as you can play?
What do you mean?
I mean, your team, your mental toughness, to be able to win games at the end when you haven't played as well as, I mean, a lot of teams, they don't play well and they lose.
Well,
you guys seem to win no matter what you do. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, this game is more so mental than it is physical. Basketball is a game of perseverance, and I have faith in my team, that we will persevere.
Cam, why do you guys match up so well against Syracuse? It seems no matter who's ranked higher, I mean, there's always a close game. What is it about them that is a good matchup for you guys?
I think my coaching staff is what's great about, Pittsburgh basketball. Coach Dixon, and our entire staff, we're led by a group of guys who have tremendous amount of faith in us, and they draw things, that gives us the opportunity to execute on the floor.
A lot of teams have a hard time against their 2-3 zone. I mean, you guys seem to do okay against it. Is that, I don't know, what is that, familiarity, doing it in practice?
I mean, we're giving, Coach Boeheim credit. He's a Hall of Famer coach. He does a great job with his players, and getting them to perfect the 2-3 zone. But I'm not sure what exactly it is, but I know our coaching staff does a great job of preparedness.
Seems like, I mean, it is a 2-3, it is what it is, but I mean, what makes it so difficult, do you think, for teams to?
With Coach Boeheim, he recruits, guys who are long, athletic, super tall, like the Monstars. So, but I mean, I don't know. He does a great job of preparing his players as well.
You guys played them. It was low scoring game. Duke played them. It was up in the 80s, 90s. Is there a certain amount of points you want to hit against this team? Do you want to get them into a higher scoring game or keep it low scoring? Does it matter when you play Syracuse?
Well, it's not necessarily about scoring this amount of points or that amount of points. If we play in the 80s, we're able to play in the 80s or 50s or whatnot. But we just want to play our basketball, Pittsburgh basketball, and execute our offense.
Have you noticed anything that opposing defenses have been able to do maybe better against you guys, or is it something that's just working more?
Not necessarily. It just comes down to, like I said before, going every day, taking it one step at a time, and getting better every day in practice and executing our stuff.
What about all these close games, Cam? Are they starting to wear you guys out a little bit, or do you kind of like them because, they might pay off for you down the road knowing how to win them?
No, definitely not wearing us out. It's just preparing us, for our goals, of getting to the tournament, and being able to fight and overcome certain games. It only helps us in the long run.
So you're ready for a 3 OT game now against Syracuse if need be?
Let's hope not for a 3 OT. Hopefully we can get it done before then. But like I said, we're just excited.